Hello, everybody, and I'm about to go through my top 10 choices from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 for Eurovision 2022 to see which acts I would prefer to move on to the grand final this week. So stick around. Konnichiwa minaboku wa Jeremy desu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Welcome back to my channel, and today is another Eurovision reaction video, Eurovision 2022. My personal choices from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 to move on to the grand final to go at it to see who will win Eurovision 2022. So once again, these are my specific choices, and of course, I'm sure it. I'm curious to see if I'm even close as to who moves on and who doesn't move on and so on. So let's get it started, shall we? So first thing off the bat, we do know that there are the big 5 countries that automatically get to go on into the final. And there is 2 of them. There are 2 of them, I should say, proper grammar, proper words, that I absolutely love. France and Spain, and I would be happy if either one of those were to win Eurovision 2022. Ultimately, we also have the UK, Germany, and Italy. And normally, had there been another country aside from the big 5 that had won the previous year, they would be included in as an automatic pass as well. But this year it was Italy, or I should say last year it was Italy that won, and Italy is hosting. So let's get started here. So you guys can see on your screen the chart there, as I have it conveniently uploaded there for semifinal 1 and semifinal 2, and the running order for semifinal 1, which will take place on Tuesday, May the 11th. We have Albania, Latvia, Lithuania, Switzerland, Slovenia, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Netherlands, Moldova, Portugal, Croatia, Denmark, Austria, Iceland, Greece, Norway, and Armenia, all going head to head to see who's going to win. And actually, to help me out here, I've got my Eurovision 2022 official album here. So it's my little cheat sheet just to remind me of some of them in case I forget which songs they were doing, and we'll talk about it a little bit here. So right off the bat from semifinal 1, I'm going to say that there are 4 of them that fit within my top 7 choices. It's very weird. I have like kind of a top, maybe it's top 8 choices, actually. I think it is top 8. So we've got my top 8 to win: France or Spain. Either one of those, I think, has a really, really good chance. France's entry for me last year was very, very weak. Voila. I didn't care for it as much. But this year, I think they've absolutely upped their game. Alvin and Ahaz, I think that's the name of their group. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. And I think they have a good chance with Foulin, a song sung in Breton from Brittany in France, a Celtic language, which means there's no French songs this year. So very interesting. I think a first for Eurovision since it started in 1956. So my third choice is Norway. Fourth is Moldova. Fifth is a tie between Austria and Albania. And then my 2 wild cards are Montenegro and Sweden. And all of those songs I absolutely adore. And there's elements of other songs that I like too. But I'm just saying right off the bat, those are my top 8 choices altogether. I would love to see every one of those go to the grand final. So we'll just mention right off the bat from semifinal 1, Albania, Moldova, Austria, and Norway. And they're kind of all over the place in there. So that means I have room to pick 6 more if we're going with 10, because I think they choose 10 from semifinal 1, 10 from semifinal 2. Then there's the 5. So that's 25 that will be at the grand final. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's how it works. So let's look at them here. Albania, absolute amazing song. Secret's great. I thought it was ridiculous that she was getting flack for dance moves and stuff, whereas the guy from San Marino is riding a bull very suggestively and doing a song called Stripper. It's annoying to see that disparity between the genders. Like, the women always get crapped on for stuff, and it's perfectly fine for the guys to do it. I don't know. It's just, anyway, they made it right by the sounds of it. They're going to let her do her dance. Great. I love this song. It is amazing, and I think they have a very, very good chance. Latvia is up next. Now, Latvia's song is Eat Your Salad by City Zenny, not one of my favorite songs. I just, it's, I mean, I know it's a quirky song. It's okay, but it's not personally one of my favorites. The next one is actually one of my weakest choices, Sentimentai by Monica from Lithuania. I mean, okay, it's got that old kind of style to it, which I could see would be alluring to some people. I'm not one of them. And again, unpopular opinion. I know I've gotten with some of these compared to other people. I've seen it in my comments. I do appreciate people that like that comment on things and that we can have civilized conversations back and forth rather than people just attacking each other. And anyway, discussion is great, but have filter. Switzerland. I like this song, Darius Bear. I think that's his name. I'm hoping I'm not messing these up. I really should be. Marius Bear, not Darius, Marius. And Boys Do Cry. It's got a great message to it. He's got that amazing voice too. Like, what a wonderful world. I can't do that kind of gruff voice, but he's got it, and it's amazing. It's a very slow song. That's true. Does he realistically have a chance? Not according to the bookies, but I mean, I think they have been kind of wrong in the past, off and on, but not usually too much, aside from maybe Malta last year. Anyway, okay. Slovenia, another song that I think is weak in comparison to how they did last year. I think Amen was a better song choice last year. I would have said it's the more stronger choice of between last year and this year. LPS, Last Pizza Slice, Disco. I'm not a big fan of disco songs. I think the gentleman that is performing is the youngest this year, or one of the youngest ones. He's got his little band. It's cute. They've got a good thing going. They have the disco ball from what we've seen in the rehearsals and stuff. I think it'll come down to maybe live performance, but it's not like something that really stands out and catches your eye. Unlike Ukraine, which a lot of people do believe is going to be the winner this year. And my question is, if they do win, I know there's a caveat for Australia, for example. If Australia was to win one year, they can't host the event in Australia. The caveat is that they would have to partner up with one of the big five. So given the war that's going on in the Ukraine, we don't know what's going to happen yet at this time. If the Ukraine's even going to be there still, or if Russia will have taken it over, or, even if things cool down, it's still war ravaged. And will they have the money? I mean, they're going to be wanting to rebuild their economy. There's a lot of things to consider. So I would think if they did win, they'd probably have to do that, partner with one of the big five countries to host it. I know Germany, for some reason, was mentioned when I was reading up about Australia, possibly partnering with them. I would think the UK would be the choice there, but I don't know. I'm just curious about that to see how that would go. Now, Ukraine is not one of my favorite entries this year. I've said, and my comments might be controversial in some ways, but I would like to see them win if people legitimately thought the song was great and not just because of what's going on over there. I'm not saying that is what the case is with people doing it, like a pity vote thing. The song is very different. It's they bring that to, or bring it to the stage just like Go A did last year, and I think one of the guys in it is from Go A, and so it's a definitely quirky song, and I do love the quirky songs. I'm not saying it's not the worst song. Like I don't think it's the worst song. It's just not. I'm not a huge rap fan either, and there's a lot of that. And is he actually playing the flute? Like, is that something you could do, or is that like with just one hand, like he seems to do on stage, or is there part of that rule that you're not supposed to play instruments live on stage? I don't know. There's a lot of things in my mind right now that I'm just trying, and again, please forgive me because I am still fairly new to Eurovision. I do apologize if I seem ignorant to things, and I'm not trying to be. I'm just lost or caught up in the moment of the joy of all the music and stuff, and so on. So Ukraine is a maybe for me, so we'll see how that goes. Bulgaria, I don't mind this song. It's getting crapped on by a lot of people. It was the first song that was released this year. It's a rock song, which, I mean, we were all expecting. I was expecting, anyway, that a lot of countries would do the rock route because the rock songs won last year. But as I mentioned before, that isn't always the case of the winners repeating. Like, you look at the last couple of years. The Netherlands song, Arcade, was vastly different from Toy, from Netta, Canada, which was vastly different from Portugal's song the year before, which was vastly different from 1944. I think that was the name of the song, the war song, coincidentally from the Ukraine. And before that was Manzer Marlowe and blah, blah, blah. And now we have Maneskin that won last year, which was vastly different from Arcade. So I don't think we're going to have another rock song win this year. And obviously Ukraine's not a rock song. It's kind of like a techno-y folk song, which would be kind of neat if it did win. France is a techno-y folk song. Spain is very flamenco, kind of sexy dance pop stuff. And those are like top contenders. The UK even has a strong entry this year by a lot of people's opinions, not so much mine, that I don't really share the same, but I mean, that's a very different avant-garde kind of style pop song too. So we'll see. I'm quite interested to see, because I don't think there's one of the top contenders in with the bookies that's really a rock song. But Bulgaria gives me Foo Fighters vibes, like just the way that it is. I don't think it's a bad song. It's kind of generic, I suppose, but it's not the worst of the rock songs. Netherlands, very, very good song. Now, is it pronounced Die Diept by S10? I love this song. I really think it's a strong contender. I do agree with people saying on that. It's a very haunting avant-garde song, and I really, really enjoy it, even though I don't always understand the languages, because this year there's a lot of entries in the official languages from the countries, and I respect that. I really do. I love the ethnic vibes of some of them. I love that people are embracing that and not just going with the English just for the heck of it, just to fit in. So Netherlands is probably going to be one of my top contenders. Moldova. Now, how do you pronounce this? The whole thing is Zdob si Zdob. Am I pronouncing that right? And Frati Adahov, and it's Trenotl. Great song. Hey ho, let's go, folklore and rock and roll. I love it. I would love them to go on. I think they deserve it. Great, great song. These guys have been in, at least Zdub have been in it twice already, and so they're, I love the song. It's on a train. I love trains. I love the whole folky, country, techno-y, weird dance vibe of it. I love it. Portugal, Saudade Saudade by Maro. This one is it's okay. It's another, I would call it a folk song. It's pretty. They pull it off pretty well. One of the Portuguese delegation, I think, tested positive for COVID-19, so I'm not sure how that's going to affect things too much. I think the rest of them are still allowed to go on, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens this year, if any have to do what Iceland did last year and just go with the rehearsal on tape. Let's hope not. At least I think most of them were able to go onto the turquoise carpet this year, so that's great. But anyway, I digress. I could go either way with this one. So that it's okay, but it's kind of tame, I would say. Croatia is guilty pleasure. I like this song. It's cute. It's fun. It's flowy. It's safe, it's generic, but at the same time, it has a nice little cutesy flow to it, and something about it just sticks in my mind. I really like it. Denmark, the show, much better song this year than last year. I like the vibe of the girls. I like how the one starts with the piano and it starts off slow and then it builds up from there. I do feel it's a little weak in the vocals sometimes, so it could go either way. Realistically, I don't know. That's kind of another one that I'm not 100% sure. Austria, absolutely love the song. It's funny because I know Lumix, but I keep asking my friends and stuff, oh, hey, have you heard of Lumix? And they're going to be representing Austria. And a lot of my friends are like, no. But I do have one friend that was super excited when he found out that Lumix was going to be in it with Maria Pia, I think is her name. Austria, or Pia Maria. I'm getting the names all backwards. But Halo is a great song. It's very, very tough to do live, though, I would say. I've seen snippets of the rehearsals, so it's really going to hinge on the live performance and the live vocals, just like what happened with Leslie Roy last year. I'm a little bit worried about that, the breathiness and stuff. I mean, obviously, they're not moving around too much on stage, not to the same degree as Leslie was last year for Ireland, but it could go either way, I think. But I love the song. The studio version is amazing. Iceland is a cute song. Sister, the Three Sisters. The actual name of the song is somewhere here. It is, I can't pronounce that. Med Haikandi So. I am so sorry if I'm messing these up. It's a cute song. It's a haunting song. It's got a good kind of country-ish Western style folk vibe to it. There are quite a few folk songs this year. I'm really happy to see that. Um, there's something about it though that I do enjoy. I think it's kind of got a cutesy little flow to it. Greece, Die Together. A lot of people call this one creepy. Amanda Tenfjord. Um, the song is okay. It's another kind of generic poppy song, sort of. It's got that love thing, like we're hey, let's if we die together now. Um, I don't know. It's not on the top of my like. I don't think it would be my top 10. I'll have to see once I really take these all into account. Norway, absolutely adore this song. I can see them going all the way to the final. I could see them being a top 5 finisher. It's another one of those fun, quirky bits that you expect at Eurovision. This year it was Norway's turn to do it, and the song is so infectious. It's got the dance. It's great. It's like pure Eurovision, in my opinion. And before that wolf eats my grandma, gave that wolf a banana, gave that wolf on your grandma, yum yum. I love it. I want to learn the dance. I want to perform this song sometime at, just I think it'd be fun and absolutely has my vote. Armenia back in the Eurovision contest this year. Snap by Rosalind, another cute song that gets stuck in my head. It's got a very up vibe to the music video when you watch it, so I like this one too. So I guess I have to decide my top 10 to move on. So Albania, uh, okay, I said Albania, Moldova, Austria, and Norway would be my 4 immediate ones. I would probably say Armenia, Croatia, Switzerland, Netherlands. Denmark. Ukraine. Those would probably be my top 10 choices for that one. All right, now we move on to semifinal 2. So we have Finland. Finland, of course, did a rock song. How often do they not? I mean, there's been a few times, and actually one of my favorite songs from Finland is Blackbird, and that one was 2018, I think, and it wasn't a rock song. But Finland this year, Jezebel? I think that's the song. Yeah, Jezebel by the Erasmus. A lot of people really like this song. I don't know. He gives me very Phil Collins vibes. Just the look of him and the way he performs a little bit. I don't know why. I just get Phil Collins vibes. It's okay. It's an okay song. It's not like it's kind of like a mid meh for me. Maybe Israel. I am. Some people think this song is overrated. I think it is fun. Actually, I like the dancing. I like the cheekiness of it. I am. It's very flamboyant, which is fine. Another great Eurovision trait to have. And I'm just glad that he was able to make it because there was a chance that their delegation might not have been able to due to some security strike or something that was going on. Serbia. Serbia is a fun one. Biti zdrava. Biti zdrava. Biti zdrava. Biti zdrava. I like that song. I didn't at first. I didn't care for it too much. I'm like, why is she singing about Meghan Markle? Because I didn't quite understand it. It is in Serbian for pretty much all of it. But then I realized it's a parody and also just a talking about the Serbian healthcare system, making fun of how people put beauty over actual health and so on. So I like it. It's catchy. It has that catch. She's pulling the same thing that Mahmoud did in 2019 with the Sodi, Sodi. I think having the claps in there, getting the audience involved, it's like that. It's the same. Biti strava. Like it works out really, really well. And I totally get on board for it. I love this song. Serbia's fun. Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan last year, I think, had a more radio friendly song, if that makes sense. Matahari. I love that. I love Effendi. I love both Cleopatra and Matahari. This year, though, Fade to Black, Nadir Rustam Rustamli? Yeah, sorry. The text on here is like in pink and red, and it's just weird to read. Anyway, he has one of the strongest male voices. I think Australia has the strongest male voice this year. Like, and interestingly enough, the three male voice, like the strongest ones, are all going against each other in semifinal two. So that's going to be interesting to see how this goes. It's a good song. I like it. I think that they have a good potential with it. Georgia doesn't really. They're like Honey Badger. They don't give a shit. That's not true. It's a quirky song. It's probably the quirkiest song. Or I can't even say that. Like it's hard to really give that because some people will find it quirky, some people won't. Circus Mircus. Um, it's. Uh, it's like nerd rock, nerd techno-y kind of fun. I don't know. It's okay. It's kind of growing on me a little bit. It's not one of my favorites though, I'll say. So I'll probably say right here and now it's not going to be in one of my top 10 to go up. But, good for Georgia. Definitely a better choice than last year's song. I don't know what they were doing last year, but I'm sorry, but and I don't mean to be rude, but this year is much better in terms of that. Malta. Malta is I Am What I Am by Emma Muscat. This poor girl is getting crapped on. A lot of people are saying that she should be in the junior Eurovision as opposed to this one. This is the closest to a gospel song, I would say, and obviously we learned last year that none of the gospel style entries made it into the grand final. I don't think this one will either. It's a cute song. She's got a good voice. I don't, just given how people are acting towards her and just the song itself, it's very generic. I don't know. I can't see it making it into the grand final. But San Marino, now listen, last year I was all over it. Senhit, amazing. She's represented San Marino 3 years in a row. Adrenalina is an amazing song. I love the dance for it. Everything's great. I loved watching her journey leading up to Eurovision. She covered many other songs, one of my favorite being Bandito. Tus ojos, bandito, robaron con cuentos la sangre y la vida de mi corazón. Su ciencia mis noches provoca lamento, suspiro, yento y oscura pasión. I probably destroyed that, and I didn't mean to, but I love that song. It's so, so good. I loved her version of Toy and Gua and many others. The gentleman performing this year, I don't care for the song. I mean, he's riding a mechanical bull very suggestively. Okay, we get it. It's a stripper song. It works with it. It's just, I'm not a huge rock song fan. Really punk rocky kind of stuff. He's popular though, so I don't know. It could go either way. For me though, I can't see being a top 10 contender. Australia, absolutely. This is the absolute strongest male voice, I would say, of all of them this year. I love Sheldon Riley's voice, and this song is amazing. We're not the same. I think he's got autism. I think he's on the spectrum. I'm not sure. But I've heard things about that. But this gentleman is phenomenal. His performance is amazing. It just pulls you right in. It's very haunting. He has everything going for him, and he's gonna actually be there this year. I think he's a much stronger singer than Montaigne was the last 2 years. I went back even just the other night and I was looking at both Montaigne's entries from 2020 and 2021, and I'm just like, this girl. She's got an interesting voice, but it's not connecting me to the song. I just felt like it was kind of all over the place, but Sheldon nails every vocal note, and I think it's amazing. Cyprus's entry last year was a lot more engaging, but that's not to say that this one is bad. Ella, I like this song. It's a very folky kind of nice pulled back song, and I think this is the one with the giant seashell or clamshell on it, and I do like the staging. I love the song too. It's fun. It's a nice flowy one. I think semifinal 2 is going to be hard for me because there's a lot of really good songs in this one compared to last year where semifinal 1 really had all the really, really big contenders in it. Ireland, Maps was better. Leslie Roy's song was better this year. I mean, nothing against Brooke. She seems fun. I've watched some of the behind the scenes things with her. I just think the song is weak. It's an incredibly generic pop song. But Lena won for Germany in 2010, right? You can't get much more generic than Satellite. I'm not bitter. But anyway, I don't know. It's I would just I love Ireland too. I think that it's not as strong an entry. They're starting to fall into the trap that the UK had over the last couple of years, I think, and it's unfortunate. So I'd love to see a Celtic entry again, maybe next year, like The Voice, like when Emer Quinn did it. And um, but anyway, North Macedonia. This song is polarizing in some ways. Circles by Andrea. I know she just recently had controversy for moving a flag out of the way, and her country was livid over it. And it's like you can see that she was just moving it off the stage for a picture or something. Overreactions. There has to be overreactions, right? The song is okay. It's nothing like that on my specific meter of being, oh, this is amazing, so we'll see how things go. Estonia, I love the song, I really do. I love that Stefan has gone out all out with the like whole country thing. His is like the most country sounding song, I guess. I hope, I hope, I hope. But he does fall into the same trap like Voila did. It's just repetitive. Voila, voila, I hope, I hope. But I think the song overall is more engaging, and he has instruments all over the stage, and I I hope he's gonna do I hope he's gonna do well, because I really do like this song. Romania, Lama Me, by WRS. It's okay. It's a fun song. It's not another standout one to me. I would say I Am is more of a standout song for me personally. Um, but this song is better this year than last year's song by Roxanne. So I like Roxanne's 2020 entry though. Poland. Poland is River. I've said before, and I am outvoted by a lot of people on this. I just don't. Okay, the gentleman has a very strong voice, so he is definitely one of the top three, as I mentioned. Australia, Azerbaijan, and Poland. Those three boys have the strongest voices of the whole thing. And then you've got, I would say, Mahmoud and Blanco from Italy after that. But I just feel like his voice doesn't match the song. I can't put my finger on it. I'm outvoted by a lot of people. One of my friends absolutely loves this song. She says it's got the vibe from like Lucifer, the style of music they use. So she really, really, really likes it. River's a good song. It could be a great vocal one for people. I have a lower range myself. I could probably pull it off. Okay. I'm not saying as good as him, because I mean he's the singer, he's the artist that does it, and he's got a great voice. It's just there's a disconnect for me personally between his vocals and the song, but I know a lot of people really, really like it, and it is a strong entry. Another one that gets crapped on, I don't agree with the crapped on part of it, because this song is very, very beautiful. I just covered it a little bit on my TikTok. Montenegro's song Breathe. There's a story behind it. The lady lost her mother due to COVID-19. I lost my father due to COVID-19. I can really, and maybe it's because I do connect with it, but it's such a pretty song. And the music video is very well done. I haven't seen any of her performance stuff or the rehearsals, so I know it's probably going to come down to that too, but it's such a pretty song, and I'd love to see her make it to the grand final. But, like Blas Canto last year had a song that meant so much to him, and he got 0 points, and it broke my heart. And I still don't understand that. That was such an egregious thing to me last year, because he had one of the best voices last year. And again, just I don't know what happened there. Belgium. What is Belgium's entry? Belgium is Miss You, Jeremy Macias. This is probably the most, in my opinion, um, just bland song. It is. I don't know why. It's kind of like Czech Republic's last year. No, was it Czech Republic? I don't think it. No, who am I thinking of? Um, I can't think of it. I don't know if it was Czech Republic. I don't want to say that because maybe I'm wrong. Benny, Benny. Oh, what was his last name? Last year's. Maybe it was Czech Republic. Just. I'm happy you're here. Honestly, don't care. I'm happy you're here. He just didn't. At the grand final, he didn't really seem to care. Or he didn't make it to the grand final, did he? No, he didn't. Semifinal, he didn't make it past there. Yeah, that's kind of the same thing. I don't know. Maybe this guy will show that he cares to be there. Maybe he'll put his all into it. I just don't get the same thing as a lot of other people. It's kind of one of the weaker entries for me. Sweden, dark horse. I said before, I love Cornelia Jacobs' voice. I love the raspiness of it. She gives me Stevie Nicks, um, Bonnie Tyler kind of vibes, and this song is all over the place. It's very polarizing with people. It won the popular vote, I believe, in the OGAE, or I think that's what it is. And I would be fine if she won. I would be fine for Sweden to win this song. Yes, it's a love song. Yes, it's kind of considered a safe song, but the way she performs it, it's so raw and it's just amazing. And I there's something about it that's super, super catchy. And Czech Republic this year is Lights Off by Weird Domi. This song is interesting. I like the music video for it. It's an okay song. It's another one that I could see being very radio friendly, and so it's not like it's kind of in the middle for me. It's not like way up there. It's not down there. It's kind of in the middle. So top 10 time. So of the ones that are on here already, Sweden has my vote. Montenegro. Um, and yeah, so two of them. So I have eight more. So definitely Serbia, Azerbaijan, Australia, Cyprus, Estonia, Israel, oh, two more. Okay, Poland. Who's gonna be my last one? Wait, who was Belgium again? No, no, not Belgium. I wouldn't do that. Okay, we'll go with Romania then. There we go. So those would be. I know. It's hard. It's hard when you're put on the spot like that. To decide what your top 10 and stuff would be. So Latvia, Lithuania. Um, who else did I say on here? Greece and wait, Latvia, Lithuania. Oh, I can't even remember who. So Latvia and Lithuania definitely not. Greece, um, Portugal. I could either give or take. I don't know. It's hard to remember what I said, but I should have written everything down. And then of the top, the big five. Let's see. Uh, I preferred Germany's song last year, but I do like Germany this year as well too. Um, UK, I don't know why I can't. I don't think it's their strongest entry in years. I really don't. I mean, it's different. I guess it has that kind of spacey element to it. Um, in all honesty, I prefer Blue with I Can in 2011, like over Spaceman. Um, but it is better than last year's song for the UK. So they probably do have a chance of not being in the bottom this year. So top five, maybe top 10, probably I could see. France, absolutely. Spain, it'll be a top five for those two. It would be for me anyway. Um, Italy, Brividi is such a. It's vocally they're amazing together, but the song is very slow. They have really good chemistry. They have really good vocal prowess, and they like work together super well. So I could see it doing super well. Um, did I forget any one of the big five? Italy, Spain. No, I think I mentioned them all. So okay, there we go. That's what it is. So that's who I would go with. Now I want to see if I'm correct on this. I want to see. I'll probably do a reaction video later on to see how it goes from there. You know what? Let me just write these down, and then I'll because I need to actually make my absolute choice. So we'll try this again. So Albania, of course. So semifinal one. Albania, Switzerland, uh, Ukraine, Netherlands, Sorry, guys. Moldova, of course. Moldova. Who else did I say? Croatia was... Oh, yes, guilty pleasure. Croatia. Denmark. Austria. Norway and Armenia. That's what it was. Okay. So once again, Albania, Switzerland, Ukraine, Netherlands, Moldova, Croatia, Denmark, Austria, Norway, and Armenia would be my top 10 from semi-final 1. From semi-final 2, we're going to go Israel, Serbia, Azerbaijan, Australia. I think I said Cyprus. Estonia. I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope. I think I said Romania. What was Poland again? Poland was river. Yeah, we'll go with Poland. Montenegro. And of course, Sweden. All right, so Israel, Serbia, Azerbaijan, Australia, Cyprus, Estonia, Romania, Poland, Montenegro, and Sweden. So joining the big five: Italy, UK, France, Germany, and Spain. So we'll see if this actually happens this week. I'm super excited to watch this, and I hope you guys are too. Let me know down below if you agree or disagree with me. But until the grand final, I will see you guys next time. Fingers crossed. I'd love to be right about one of the winners. I really hope it's Spain or France, but we'll see. And I will see you guys again. Thank you for watching. Jamatane, Amina.